Hey guys, if you're struggling with runner's knee, if you are frustrated that you can't run like you're used to and you just want to get back to running as quickly as possible, here is a quick 10-minute follow-along routine. There's no experience required. You don't have to have any equipment. Just follow along, do the exercises the best you can. We're going to work on strengthening the muscles in the hips that help to support the knees. And by the end of this, your knees are going to be feeling a lot better. Most of these exercises are going to be done on the ground. So follow me there, and that's where we'll start. The first exercise is going to focus on your glutes. And if you're a runner, you do a lot of thigh strengthening, not a lot of glute strengthening. So that's where we'll start. Bring your feet in toward your butt, and then pressing down through your feet, trying to squeeze your glute muscles if you have that awareness. Press your feet into the ground to drive your hips off the floor. Now, as you're here, you can even kind of poke your butt here, which sounds ridiculous, but go ahead and put your hands on your buttocks and try to make sure that those muscles are working. This helps to build awareness in those muscles so we get those muscles to turn on, and that's what we want when we're running. That's going to help you put your knee on the right track and avoid that pain. Now from here, we're going to isolate one leg or the other. So keep your left foot planted firmly on the ground. Try to keep your hips facing straight up as if you're balancing a glass of water on them. And then extend your right leg forward and hold it in the air. You don't have to bring it way up in the air. That's just to look cool in a Pilates class if you want to do that. Goal here is to just keep the hips level, so the foot can just hover a few inches off the ground. You're going to feel your left glute really working hard here if you're doing it properly. Make sure that you're not letting your hips kind of dip and your hips face off to the right. Try to keep your hips facing straight up. And then to build strength here, you can start with 20 seconds, build up to 30 seconds, 60 seconds, but the important thing is that you're feeling that muscle engagement in the glutes and that it's fatiguing over time. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So plant your right foot now, keep the hips facing up, and then extend your left leg forward. And again, holding here, feeling that muscle in the right glute engaging. Also being aware of keeping the foot pressing into the ground. You want to feel your heel, all of the toes pushing into the ground, the ball mound of your foot. You shouldn't be edging to the side. You shouldn't be, just using one side of the foot or the other. Try to make sure you're using that whole foot. To make this more challenging, you can push up higher if you want and increase the hold times over time. So like start with 20 or 30 seconds and then work your way up to 60 seconds. We've probably been holding this for about 45 seconds just to give you some time reference. All right, and then go ahead and plant your left foot. Come back down, give yourself a little break. Bring your knees over your hips, tighten your abs. And then we're going to go into our next exercise. Go ahead and plant the feet again. We're going to do very similar to what we were doing before. We're going to make it a little more dynamic. So press your feet into the ground, lift your hips into the air. And then from here, you're just going to hover your right foot off the ground. Don't extend the leg forward this time. Just hover it off the ground. And then set it back down. And then lift your left knee a little bit higher. Lift your left foot off the ground. And then set it back down. And you're just going to go back and forth like that. This is called a bridge march. So you want to pretend like you're doing a very slow walk. And as you move from one foot to the other, you want your hips to continue to face straight up. Don't let your hips move as you shift from one foot to the other. And as you're doing this, you're going to notice a lot of engagement through your glutes. That's what we're trying to do here. Your glutes are your external hip rotators. And when you have runner's knee, when you have that pain in the joint, in the knee, it's caused by a lack of external hip rotation. You're doing too much internal rotation. So what we're doing here is helping to turn on those external hip rotators, and that's going to help your knee track properly when you run. And that's the really cool thing about this, is just doing these exercises once and then going into a run, you should notice that pain is reduced or completely eliminated. Give it a shot when we're finished here. Let me know how it goes in the comment section. All right, go ahead and release down. So those are your first two exercises. Next, we're going to do a sideline hip abduction, and this is going to work your glutes in a different way. So start with your knees bent like this, heels kind of coming in toward the butt. Keep your hips facing straight out to the side, and then you're going to lift your left leg away from the right leg, squeeze the outer glute, right, the outside of the hip, so you feel that muscle working, and then let it come back down. And then keep doing that. So you're getting a good, 2-second muscle contraction, 1 to 2 second muscle contraction and then releasing down. Now, as you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're not turning your hips to face up. So it's not rotating, right? It's not turning your whole body up. The only thing that's changing here is the left hip, this hip on top. So you can bring your left hand to your left hip, make sure that that stays in place. You're basically just opening up the hip by lifting the knee. And I would spend about a minute here, a minute per side. And if this is hard to do, right, or if you feel the muscle fatiguing really quickly, that's actually a good thing, because now you found, oh, this muscle is weak. Maybe that's why I have runner's knee, right? So if it's challenging or if it's difficult, hey, that's a good thing. That means we found an area that's weak and needs work. All right, now let's go ahead and switch sides. So lying on your left side now, let's stack your right knee on top of your left knee. And then once again, let's bring right hand to the right hip. Make sure you don't cheat by rolling back that hip. And then lift your right leg away. Feel that outer hip engage. It should feel kind of like a cramping sensation, especially if you're weak or kind of unfamiliar with that engagement. And then let it come back down. And I said a minute just because it's a good time to do. That's enough time to get some really good muscle engagement there, get some blood flow, get some awareness in those muscles. It's also enough time for you to create the fatigue necessary so that that muscle will build strength over time. But also, as I mentioned earlier, the really cool thing about these exercises is you can do these before a run, and you'll notice that your run has less pain in the knee just immediately. So you can use this both as a warm-up and kind of as a standalone workout to build strength to serve with the long-term solution, but it also helps with immediate pain prevention. So this is pretty cool stuff here. All right, so about a minute there. Go ahead and relax. Now from here, I'm going to have you guys stand up, and we're going to go into an exercise that strengthens the VMO. This is the muscle inside and above the knee, and this is crucial for strength in the knee, or feeling supported in the knee. So we're going to do a lunge position. So let's go right leg forward and your left leg back. If you notice you're a little wobbly, you can put that back foot down all the way, turn it out a little bit. And then different from a traditional lunge, I'm going to have you find the knee over the ankle in the front foot, but then we're actually going to go past that position and really focus on squeezing this muscle inside and above the knee. This is the vastus medialis. This is a really important muscle in preventing knee pain. So I'm going to let my knee go past my heel, kind of float it over the toes. Don't go so far forward that there's pain in the knee. Only go as far forward as you can without pain. And then we're going to hold there. And again, notice that when you keep the leg straight, kind of like a traditional lunge, just knee over the ankle, notice more in the hip. But when that knee goes further forward, now you're going to notice more in the quadricep. And that's what we want to do here. We really want to target this quadricep as you're here. So I would hold this for at least 30 seconds. 45, 60 seconds is great. We've probably been doing, 45 seconds at this point. And if it's challenging, again, that's also a good thing, because it means that this is an area where you can get stronger, and that will help with relieving and preventing that pain in your knee. All right, go ahead and straighten the leg, come out of that, switching sides. So once again, come into a lunge position, left leg forward this time. We'll start with the knee over the ankle in the front foot, and then from here, being mindful of this engagement in the inner left thigh, again, just above the knee, the vastus medialis, the VMO. Then you can bring the knee forward just as much as you can without pain. All right, and then let's go ahead and come out of that. And just do me a favor here, run in place, bend your knees, maybe jump up and down, whatever you do that would normally cause knee pain, and just see if it feels better. It should, hopefully it does, even if it hasn't gone all the way away. Hopefully it feels a lot better. If it does feel better, let me know in the comment section or leave a like. That'll let me know that this video was helpful to you. I've also got another 20-minute video specifically made for runners. You can do this before or after a run. It'll help in both situations. It'll also give you some more ideas for other stretches, other ways for you to increase strength or increase flexibility, and just help you stay out of pain for running. Otherwise, thanks guys for watching. Subscribe, more videos every week, and I'll see you guys on the next video.